Justices of the Appellate Division, 4th Department, the Honorable Gerald J. Whalen, presiding.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good morning. I'm Gerald Whalen, presiding justice of the 4th Department, and I've got to tell you, this is one of my favorite days of the year. I love this ceremony. So, but before we begin, let me, on behalf of my colleagues at the 4th Department, welcome everyone here to the Michael F. Dillon Attorney for the Children Awards ceremony. And let me introduce the members of the court that are present today. On the bench, we have the Honorable Tracy Bannister from Buffalo, the Honorable Nancy Smith from Rochester, the Honorable Don Greenwood from Syracuse, and the Honorable Henry Nowak from Buffalo. We also have in the courtroom, not on the bench, from left to right, from left to right, we've got the Honorable Scott Del Conte from Oswego. We've got the Honorable Mark Montour from Buffalo, the Honorable Lynn Kane from Buffalo, the Honorable E. Jeanette Ogden from Buffalo, and the Honorable Craig Hanna, also from Buffalo. So we got a big part of the court here, so they feel the same way I do about this ceremony. Although the Appellate Division is primarily a tribunal to decide cases, it also functions in several other capacities, including the administration of the Attorneys for the Children program. Now, the goal of the program is to provide high-quality legal representation for children appearing in a variety of court proceedings, including juvenile delinquency proceedings, custody proceedings, visitation, child protective proceedings. And the awards for which we're gathered here today, for this morning, are named after the former presiding justice, Michael F. Dillon, who was, when I was a young lad in Buffalo, New York, back in the 50s and 60s, he was elected as the Erie County District Attorney. He then went on to become elected as a Supreme Court judge. After that, he was nominated and appointed by the governor to the Appellate Division. And after that, he was designated as the presiding judge of the Appellate Division. Now, as presiding judge of the Appellate Division, Judge Dillon sat on what is known as the administrative board of the courts of the state of New York. That board still functions today. I sit on the board as the presiding judge today. That board sets policies for the court system statewide. And while Judge Dillon was on the administrative board, one of the policy initiatives that he spearheaded was the creation of the incredibly competent panel of attorneys who would represent children in these very important family court proceedings that I just mentioned. He championed the education and training for attorneys for the children because he understood the importance of ensuring that those representing children would be capable of handling the very unique, challenging, and often, as we all know, emotional work that goes on in those court proceedings. We therefore have named the awards we bestow upon exceptional attorneys for the children each year in honor of presiding Judge Dillon. Now, there are over 500 attorneys who serve on the panels in the 22 counties of the 4th Department. 22 counties, as we've got representatives here from the full district, for the full department. Going over to the west, or over the west through Rochester into the east. So we got Syracuse as the main hub, Rochester and Buffalo. It's a big geographic district. So we've got 500 lawyers that are doing this work throughout those 22 counties. There is much to do. Collectively, those attorneys typically handle approximately 25,000 matters per year. Now, the process of providing high-quality legal services to children works very well in the 4th Department. It works well, in part, because of the talented individuals who work in our Attorneys for the Children program, including our program director, who happens to be sitting right up front here, Linda Costin. And we're very fortunate to have Linda leading us in this endeavor. Please join me in applauding the outstanding work that all of the department people do and all of the lawyers do. Now, the process also works well because of the efforts of the members of the 4th Department Attorneys for the Children Advisory Committee. And its chair, the Honorable Lenora Foote Beavers. Several of the advisory committee members are with us this morning. Could we have the advisory committee members that are here stand up, please? The advisory committee makes recommendations to the presiding justice and the program director regarding training of attorneys and making the rules and procedures designed to improve the representation of children. To the dedicated members of the committee, we owe you all a debt of gratitude. Now, most of all, the process of providing high-quality legal services to children works well because of the excellent attorneys who serve on panels throughout the 4th Department. The difficult cases to which the attorneys for the children are assigned by the courts include termination of parental rights based on physical and sexual abuse, neglect, abandonment, contested adoptions, children who have been identified as PINs, that is, persons in need of supervision, children who have been charged with juvenile delinquency, and children are a subject of emotional and complicated custody disputes. I mean, think of those topics and how they hit families and children, right? As justices of this court, we see these cases often. They're emotionally compelling cases, difficult cases, for us to handle. There's a lot at stake: the future of the children, the stability of families, the gut-wrenching factual situations. And we're simply dealing with ink on paper in terms of we're reading it. We've got transcripts. We read what happened in the courtroom below. We're not present during the live testimony. We're not dealing with the family or the client dynamics taking place in the home. We take those things into consideration, don't get me wrong, but we're not in the courtroom. We're not in these folks' homes. Choosing to do this work at the trial level as attorneys takes very special people. Because of the difficult nature of this work, these attorneys deserve special attention and appreciation, and they are to be recognized and commended for their hard work and dedication. And each year, the advisory committee selects 6 outstanding attorneys to receive the Honorable Michael F. Dillon Award. The recipients should be very proud to be included in such an exclusive group. To be one of 6 individuals recognized out of a 500 attorney panel is truly an impressive accomplishment. Without further ado, I am proud to award the Michael F. Dillon Award to the following attorneys. And I'm told there's a place for me to stop. Okay, I got it, Chris. Yeah. We'll start with the 5th Judicial District. Kevin Dwyer, Oneida County. Nominated by the Honorable Randall B. Caldwell, Supervising Judge for Family Court in the 5th Judicial District. According to Judge Caldwell, and Judge Caldwell, are you here today? I believe you are. Thank you for being here today, sir. Yeah. Attorney Dwyer is one of a small number of AFCs who represent youth facing the most serious of criminal charges under the Raise the Age legislation. As a former prosecutor, Mr. Dwyer's knowledge of the law, combined with his professional demeanor, often allows him to achieve positive results for his clients, whether through negotiations or compromise, when possible, or through motion practice and trial strategy, when necessary. Mr. Dwyer's ability to fashion just and practical results for his clients sets him apart. Mr. Dwyer is consistently reliable and effective, both as an advocate for his clients and as an aide to the court. He is always prompt, prepared, professional, and personable in his approach. A soft-spoken individual, Mr. Dwyer conducts himself in a courtroom with dignity and makes his point without unnecessary theatrics. His contributions to the AFC panel make him an excellent candidate for this award. Mr. Dwyer, would you come forward, please? Also from the 5th Judicial District, the late Thomas Maris, Onondaga County. Mr. Maris was nominated posthumously by the family court judges of Onondaga County, Judges Cecil, Serio, Zavalega, my apologies, Judge DeJoseph, Plumley, and Albayadi, again, my apologies. Now, here to accept the award today on his behalf is his daughter, Misty Maris. According to the nomination, on February 13th, 2025, Onondaga Family Court lost a beloved member of their community, Thomas Maris. He passed away after 2 courageous battles with cancer. His health began to decline over the last year, yet he still managed to meet with his clients and appear in court. There were times that he appeared by teams while getting chemotherapy. Mr. Maris was a true old-fashioned gentleman. He respected clients, colleagues, judges, and staff. He was always professional and diligent. He zealously advocated for his clients and was always prepared to participate in the court proceedings. Mr. Maris represented children until his very last days, and only asked to be taken off his cases a few weeks before his death when he knew he could no longer muster the strength to give his clients his full attention. Mr. Maris was never shy to speak up in court and make sure his clients' voices were heard. He had such a non-confrontational style that he could get his point across without agitating his adversaries. The halls of the Onondaga County Family Court will be empty without Mr. Maris' witty sense of humor, wry smile, and great conversations. He was loved by all who knew him, and he loved practicing law and representing children. Attorney Maris deserves to be celebrated for his exceptional representation of children in the 4th Department, and at this time, I would ask that his daughter, Misty Maris, join me in the front. From the 7th Judicial District, Michael Caputo, Monroe County, was nominated by Family Court Judge Fatima Reed, and according to Judge Reed, Attorney Caputo exemplifies the highest standard of advocacy. He is not only a zealous champion for his clients, but also a thoughtful and principled practitioner who's always prepared and clear on the law. What sets Mr. Caputo apart is his unwavering attentiveness to the unique needs of each child, particularly those children with special needs or complex medical issues. He brings a level of care, diligence, and humanity to his work and truly elevates the practice. Mr. Caputo is also a valued member of the Attorney for the Children Appeals Panel, where he takes cases with difficult fact patterns and legal issues. Mr. Caputo never fails to acquit himself and his clients well. Mr. Caputo is the kind of attorney every child deserves, and he is more than deserving of this honor. Mr. Caputo, would you come forward, please? Also from the 7th Judicial District, Sarah Fifield, Monroe County, nominated by Family Court Judge Alicia Mazo. And according to Judge Mazo, Ms. Fifield handles every type of family court case with a significant concentration of her work dedicated to providing strenuous representation of children in all types of cases. Ms. Fifield is always prepared and informed about her clients and advocates strongly on their behalf no matter the type of case. She is willing to tackle new challenges and finds new solutions even when all avenues seems to have been exhausted. Ms. Fifield works collegially with other counsel, my apologies, and meets with service providers and comes to court with a path forward for her young clients. She often proposes a schedule consistent with the goal of returning children to their parents in neglect matters and presents proposals towards resolution of custody matters that are both fair to the parties and which benefit her clients. It is not only a pleasure but also a great benefit to have Ms. Fifield represent children in the courtroom. Ms. Fifield, would you come forward, please? From the 8th Judicial District, Carol Flaherty, Erie County, nominated by Supreme Court Justice Catherine Nugent Panepino and Family Court Judge Mary Carney. According to Judges Nugent Panepino and Carney, Attorney Flaherty is a fierce advocate for all of her clients. She is incredibly hardworking, sincere, and kind-hearted. Ms. Flaherty represents children in the thorniest of cases and ensures that her clients' voices will be heard and protected in every single case, without fail. Her performance from the day of appointment to closing arguments is consistently outstanding. Ms. Flaherty is a highly talented attorney, but one of her greatest assets is her remarkable ability to bring resolution to cases before a trial. She uses her knowledge of the law and her compassion for her clients to inspire parents and attorneys to reach compromise that without her involvement would not likely be attained. What shines through consistently in everything Ms. Flaherty does is that she generally and deeply cares about the well-being of her clients. Her work elevates the bar for others. Ms. Flaherty's professionalism, grace, and presence is one of a kind, often imitated, never duplicated. Carol, will you come forward, please? Also from the 8th Judicial District, Jeffrey Manillo, Erie County, nominated by Supreme Court Justice Catherine Nugent Panepino. According to Judge Nugent Panepino, Jeffrey is among the best of the best attorneys for children. I join many judges and others who have recognized his passion and dedication to his clients. It is clear he works very hard to create a rapport and gain the trust of his clients. I'm fairly certain he has given up other areas of his practice in order to dedicate himself full-time to representing children. He always makes it a point that he answers to his clients and advocates for what the children want in their lives, which is an important thing to do. He always comes prepared and helps move the case to resolution. Recently, I spoke with his wife, who is also an attorney, and she remarked that Mr. Manillo makes himself available at all hours to his clients, and his work makes him a better father. It has given him patience and perspective in dealing with difficult family situations at home. Jeffrey's wife also noted that his personal co-parenting experience has given him a good perspective and understanding of what kids and families deal with on an everyday basis and when going through difficult times. He accepts a great number of cases and puts in an extraordinary effort on complex cases. Jeffrey always has excellent courtroom demeanor, and his performance is consistent and outstanding. Jeffrey, would you come forward, please? The lawyers that we've just honored represent children in a way that is incredibly emotionally draining, yet they continue to dedicate their lives to this work. Our communities are beyond lucky to have these attorneys working on behalf of our children. Congratulations once again to all the honorees. Thank you all for being here this afternoon, and you're all welcome to stay for photos and a light refreshment out in the lobby. Thank you. And we're adjourned.